Whether your studio is set up with plugins, hardware, or both, audio effects and processors play a vital role in bringing your music inspiration into reality. Okay, so if you're setting up or updating a home or project studio, these are my 6 must-have processors and effects to ensure you have the right tools to take your productions to the next level. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm Todd and I hope your week is going really great. Today I'm going to share my 6 must-have processors and effects to help you get organized and set yourself up for success. Now you can look for future videos where I'm going to get into these in a deeper dive, but here are the studio staples. First up are dynamic effects. So this is a big category. It includes things like compressors, limiters, clippers, noise gates, de-essers, exciters, transient shapers, saturation, and a variety of other distortion-based effects. Wow, that's a long list. Now, when used purposefully, these effects do everything from helping control the amplitude and dynamic range of your mix, to making space and thickening things up, to imparting ear-pleasing qualities that ensure everything sits well together and sounds cohesive and intentional. You may not need all of them right away, but they're all things that have value at some point and are great to have in your toolkit. Now, the second category is spectral processing, and this includes things like equalizers and filters. EQs allow us to shape the frequency content of audio, boosting and cutting specific frequencies or ranges to get us a desired sound. Some of the most popular types of EQs include parametric, semi-parametric, shelving, graphic, dynamic. That's a sort of combination filter and dynamic control. Filters can generally be considered more purpose-built forms of EQs. So we get things like high-pass filter, low-pass filter, band-pass, band-stop or notch, peak or bell curve, and others such as the infamous wah filter that became an iconic sound years ago. One way to think of EQs often is as a collection of filters. Now, number 3 are time-based effects, and as the name implies, these effects manipulate the timing of your audio, the most common being reverb and delay. Now, reverbs generally add space and depth to your sound, so if we think of sound as a 3-dimensional area, reverb helps us access that space. Now, you'll find digital analog/mechanical reverbs intended to do kind of everything from emulating a specific physical space to imparting creative artifacts in time. And without getting overly technical, delays create echoes. They essentially add a sense of movement and rhythm. Some common delays you hear referenced include tape, analog, digital, looping, slapback, doubling, and modulated, a combination of delay and our next category, modulation effects. So let's talk about modulation effects. Simply put, these effects modulate an audio signal with another signal. Again, there are many choices to choose from here, but some of the most popular include chorus, flanger, phaser, vibrato, tremolo, ring, and rotary. Many of us are familiar with chorus, kind of adds that shimmer, doubling effect to audio. It almost makes it sound like multiple voices or instruments are playing together. Flangers, on the other hand, are kind of like a jet-like sound, sweeping the sound through the mix from the original signal with a delayed version. Tremolo modulates the volume of the audio, creates kind of a pulsating effect. And if you think about modulating effects, you can't really leave out the infamous Leslie rotary speaker that became synonymous with the Hammond organ sound many of us love. Any of you that have mic'd one of those cabinets up, as I have, I'd love to hear from you in the description below as to how you chose to do it. And we made it to number 5, audio restoration effects. And these are really helpful for cleaning up recordings that are less than perfect. Something many people face in home studios, but also when recording in uncontrolled environments. Sometimes you only get one take, live sound being the answer here. So some common examples are noise reduction for both recording and playback, declickers to remove unwanted clicks and pops, decracklers, declippers, debuzzers for hum, whine, and whistles. There's all kinds of things here, but it's always better to deal with problems before pressing record, but sometimes it just can't be helped, and these tools are indispensable and can save the day. And now we get to my 6th category of must-have processors and effects, which are other effects like pitch correction, transposition, harmonizers, vocorders, and talk boxes. Many of these are staples of modern music genres such as pop, hip-hop, and others. Now, pitch correction tools like Auto-Tune, Melodyne, Wavestune, and others will help you fix pitch issues in vocals, making them sound perfectly in tune, or imperfectly out of tune, or bent. Transposition tools, on the other hand, allow us to change the pitch of audio without affecting the tempo. Again, something very, very useful for creative effects. Now, harmonizers, on the other hand, combine harmonies into an original signal, and they essentially operate as real-time pitch shifters. Now, vocoders will create robotic synthesized voices. They kind of combine a vocal signal with a synthesized carrier signal. And finally, talk boxes create instrument sounds from human and other voices. And we've all heard those on many records from the past and today. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you need to go out and add all these processors and effects before you're ready to press record. But over time, you'll likely find these types of effects and processors are essential for completing your home studio setup. They'll help you shape, enhance, and clean up your audio. They'll make your production sound more professional and polished. The great news is you can check your DAW stock plugins because you likely already have more of these than you think. Third-party plugins and hardware can expand your options, unique possibilities, and they're fun to work with. But I always say, learn what you have, and then you'll know what you need. Now, I know this must sound like a lot, and it is, but I won't leave you hanging. I'm going to go into a deeper dive on all of these in future videos. In the meantime, check out one of the videos on the screen for more ideas for your studio. And as always, I appreciate you joining me today, and I'll catch you next time.